warm. You kept me warm. You gave your life to me. You set me free. Set me free. The finest years I ever knew were all the years I had with you, and I would give anything I own, give up my life, my heart, my home. I would give anything I own just to have you back again, and just to be with you once again. You taught me how to love, what it's of, yes, what it's of. You never said too much, but still you showed the way, and I knew from watching you nobody else could ever know the part of me that can't let go, and I would give anything I own, give up my life, my heart, my home. I would give anything I own just to have you back again, and just to be with you once again. Is there someone you know, you're loving them so, but taking them all for granted? You may lose them one day, someone takes them away, and they don't hear the words you long to say. And I give anything for you, give up my life, my heart, my home. I would give everything I own just to have you back again, and just to be with you once again.
Welcome to In Praise of Fathers. You just heard You Sheltered Me from Harm, a beautiful song of love, but a song written by David Gates in 1972, the leader of the rock band Red. At his father's funeral, someone said, "David, your father would have been so proud of you." But David never ever had the chance of hearing from his father those words, because the communication was not strong enough. And therefore, out of that came the song. And so today, we're in praise of fathers, giving them fathers the love and the appreciation that we can give them, and getting from them the love and appreciation from them, and sharing father with child the beauty of everything I own. A number of my friends have come together and joined me willingly and cheerfully on this program. So you're going to have an exciting program with several musicians, academics, persons who have lived their lives for fathers and in support of fatherhood. And so we look forward to meeting with them. And the first one you're going to see is my dear friend Harold Davis, who is known for JBDC, who is known for being an engineer, but who is best known in Jamaica for being one of the best musicians that we have.
Fatherhood, it's probably one of the greatest joys in a man's life, to be able to nurture a child, to be able to be there for a child, to be able to provide protection and watch that child grow into adulthood. It's one of the greatest joys of my life, that's for sure. I lost my father some 28 years ago, thereabout. what I distinctly remember about my father is the way he knew the entire Anglican hymn book. He knew every single hymn. And every Sunday morning in particular, he would sing loudly from the shower. You know, I guess that was his way of attending church, you know. But he had a beautiful tenor voice. But apart from that, he was a good father to us, to me and my 3 siblings, and an excellent husband as well to my mom. We want to big up the fathers, them, you know, because there are lots of excellent fathers out there, and want to big up the fathers who are doing their part in making sure that their children, even if it's not their own children, but their children nonetheless, have the best life that they could possibly have. So the song is for fathers. There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy, who said he wandered very far, over land and sea. A little shy and sad of eyes, but very wise was he. And then one day, one magic day, he passed my way. And while he spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: the greatest gift you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. The greatest gift you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Happy Father's Day.
One of the things that all fathers love is to have their children join them in activities that the father loves. I've had the privilege of singing with all of my children, and today joining me in singing this very song that we both love is my son Christopher. Chris, let's give it to them.
It must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine, 'cause that's your way. You always walked a step behind. So I was the one who went for glory. without a name for so long. Your smile hid your struggles and your pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything, everything I wish I could be. I can fly higher than an eagle, 'cause you are the wind beneath my wings.
It might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth, yes I do, that I would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero and everything I'd like to be? I can fly higher than the eagle, 'cause you are the wind beneath my wings. Did you ever know that you're my hero and everything I'd like to be? I can fly higher than the eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings.
Fathers really do carry their children to new heights in ways their kids won't understand until they themselves have children of their own.
You are the wind beneath my.
To all the fathers, the father figures, the daddies, the uncles who are making a big difference in their kids' lives, thank you. Happy Father's Day, everyone.
We asked you to tell us who you thought should be Father of the Year, and several of you responded. Now, of course, there is no fair competition really, because to everyone with a loving father, your dad is not just the Father of the Year, but he is your personal hero. We just wanted to promote praise for fathers on Father's Day today, because so many more Jamaican fathers need to know how important they are in the lives of their children. We want to highlight the responses which we've gotten from you. First, from Kesia Diaz, I beg your pardon, daughter of Orville Diaz, and she writes about her hero. My dad wasn't the person that was born with a gold spoon in his mouth, but I love him from deep within. For days, weeks, months and years, my dad has proven himself to be the best father, and I appreciate that. As a kid, my dad didn't have it easy, but he tried his best not to let what happened to him happen to us. My dad is a dad that does whatever he has to do. If he has to wash, cook, clean, or help us with our assignments, he does it. When we are sick, he goes to work anyway, as that is not a problem for him. He would work his cap off to make sure that his family is okay. And anything that we ask for, he would give it to us as long as he has it. Now, normally on Father's Day, we would try our best to treat him, but not all the time. We tend to try our best as a family. We make him cards, we give him a spa, we make sure he's all right. My dad really deserves to be Father of the Year, but even if he doesn't win the title, I know from deep within that he is my Father of the Year and will be so for many more years to come. Now, Ralph Lewis writes of his father, Major Neil Lewis. I think my dad deserves Father of the Year 2020, an exemplary husband of one wife, father of 10 children, a glorious example of love,
faith, generosity, hospitality, determination, discipline, mentorship, and successful godly parenting. He has mentored, counseled, and fathered many other sons and daughters, and all 10 of his biological children are serving the Lord.
And now the time has come. You sent in your responses. The judges have made their decision, and now we are proud to announce the winner of a trip for two to a Jamaican North Coast hotel. Jamaica's Dad of the Year 2020, in praise of fathers, Dad for the Year 2020 is Mr. Corey Winston Rowe.
Hello everyone, my name is Nia Elaine Rowe. I am 10 years old and I am from Legisbury Paul Primary School. My father's name is Corey Winston Rowe. I love my father very much, with all my heart. My father comforts me anytime when I'm sad. When I'm down, he asks me, Nia, what's wrong? He is the one that I look up to. He picks me up from school. When I'm hungry, he feeds me. Even if he doesn't have the money, he finds and he uses what he has, and I am very grateful. My dad has put a lot of sacrifice and hard work into raising me up into a young, intelligent young lady. And I just want to say I love my father very much. And I want him to enjoy his Father's Day, because this day is all about him and only him. Thank you.
Father of Mia Ellen. And Mia Ellen, you sent in a wonderful recommendation. Your father won, and Mr. Rowe, congratulations. Let us see now if we can make contact with him on the phone. Let's see what we get.
Is not available at the moment. Please leave a message after the tone.
Well, it appears that his family is taking him out for dinner this evening. So we will not be able to make contact with him, but we will follow up with you, Mr. Rowe. Congratulations, and thank you, Mia Ellen, for recommending your father. Happy Father's Day to you and to all the fathers out there.
Hey honey, I sent in the money right now.
You know that would take a long time to reach and I need it now.
You don't have to wait. As your quinted reach with JN Money Transfer.
As your quinted reach?
Spend less, send more with JN Money Transfer. No waiting. Pay your bills, your mortgage, taxes, and even school fees instantly and affordable. Only $5 for up to $100. Get 24/7 access to your money in Jamaica. Call 1-866-735-6002 for a location nearest you.
Now, my friend, Mr. Michael McAnuff-Jones, an HR executive, recognized the problem that many Jamaican fathers were faced with. Persons who have become fathers needed to overcome the bitter experience of themselves not having had a father in their lives who would have been a positive role model to them. So many Jamaican fathers need mentoring. Michael's initiative is called MAN, M-A-N, for Mentoring a Nation. So we'll ask him now how he chose that name and what his organization is all about.
So Johnny, the vision we had back in 2005 was that we needed to establish an organization called MAN, which would be focused on issues related to men. And essentially, the focus around men was going to involve addressing issues related to the quality of fathering in the nation. And so how we came to understand this and the relevance of what man meant was that if we were to be able to successfully confront the need for mindset change in the way fathering is approached, then we'd ultimately be mentoring the nation. So our main thrust today it revolves around a program that was developed in South Africa, but by some wonderful men who are involved in church ministry. And the organization is called The World Needs a Father. And they have a program which certifies men on around this program, which then allows them to be able to share this program with other men. But largely what it has done since we've started, and we've trained over 200 men since we started in 2016-17. And essentially what this does is that it certifies men to deliver this program. But the most significant impact of this program has not been in raising up coaches or men to do the program. It has been the impact on the men themselves who have done the program. We've seen men, at their exposed emotional states as we've taken men through this program. We've seen realization hit them. We've seen men delivered from the pain of the father wounds that they themselves have been carrying. And it has been very liberating for men in understanding, first of all, what good fathering should look like. Yes. And it has also called men into the place of forgiveness of their fathers. And this has been, I think, part of perhaps the most enlightening kind of outcome of the program which we have been doing over the last almost 3 years. We see ourselves leveraging these men who have done the program as coaches to take the program to different parts of Jamaica. And what we have actually done is to divide the men, not all the men, we've divided about 20 of the men into zones. And we've said to them, you are the zone leaders. And we're asking you to connect with all the men who have done this program. And here's the assigned list of men who have done this program. We want you to work with them to run a one-day program. Because we have a one-day, so this is a 3-day program which these 200 men went through. We've taken about 20 of these men and said, we're assigning you to be zone leaders. We're asking you to work with the other 100 and something men who have done this program who are interested. And here's a one-day program that we're asking you to encourage these men to using the knowledge that they gain through the 3-day program, to carry men in their locals through this one day, in their churches for a one-day program. And it's a cascade. The one-day program that we take other men in churches through is called Fathering Essentials. And the program that these men in the churches then would then take men in their community through is called Man of God. The material is all on our website for both programs, by the way, so they're freely available. www.manmentoringanation.yolasite.com www.manmentoringanation.yolasite.com. Men from any church who would like us to run this one-day program for them can contact us using the following email address: mentoringanation@hotmail.com. Or they can send a WhatsApp message to 876-382-8001. So Johnny, I want to wish you and all the men in the audience, all the fathers to be, a happy Father's Day. This Father's Day is one like no other, for we are celebrating it in the midst of a worldwide challenge to our own sense of existence. And it's an opportunity for us to think about our children, to think about our families, and to think about our role as stewards over lives. For is that not what fathers really are? Stewards appointed over other lives.
Thank you, Michael. And we want to highly recommend to pastors and church fathers, all those who are listening and watching, and to those who come to see this on YouTube, that you can reach out to man through the given contacts, which Michael gave. Bring their programs to your church, bring them to your community. We want Jamaica to fulfill her role in advancing the welfare of the whole human race, and we need each of you to do your part. Our men need mentoring. Do your part in providing that service. Get in touch with my friend Michael soon. Another organization that we want to highlight and recommend has a similar name and purpose, this time JAMAN, the Jamaica Male Advancement Network, JAMAN. Here to greet us and tell us more are its two co-founders, Dr. Michael Coombs, who is a former Chief Medical Officer in the Ministry of Health, and the Reverend Dr. Gordon Cowans, the current moderator of the United Church in Jamaica and Grand Cayman?
JAMAN is an acronym for Jamaica Male Advancement Network. And some of us recognize that there are a number of Christian entities that were involved in ministry to men. Because we recognize the importance, the critical importance to really minister, to nurture manhood and masculinity as God intended, we realized that we would have a greater impact if we came together and collaborated and benefited from our synergies. And that is how the idea came about. And in fact, it was Reverend Dr. Gordon Cowens who I think, if I remember correctly, first suggested the thought. He knows that I'm involved in a male intervention program called Man Up Jamaica. And so in that context, he suggested that we get together with the other Christian entities that were involved in ministry to men. And as I said, collaborated in our efforts for greater impact to benefit from our synergies. At the heart of every collapsing society is a failure of manhood and masculinity. And that is from research. And that is so because of the domino effect, where you have a failure of manhood and masculinity leads into a failure of marriages, families, communities, the broader society.
So, Dr. Coombs, how can our listeners contact your organization?
The email is nafjamaicawi@gmail.com. nafjamaicawi@gmail.com. So they can email, send their emails, their questions to that email address, and we refer them to an entity that could render them some assistance. We'd be happy to do that. So JAMAN would like to really congratulate Lieutenant Commander John McFarlane for this event in praise of fathers, and to wish him a happy Father's Day, and all those who are hearing this, all our fathers and even fathers to be, grandfathers, uncles. I want to wish everyone a blessed Father's Day. You occupy the most important position of influence in a child's life, whether you recognize it or not.
Reverend Dr. Gordon Cowens, moderator of the United Church in Jamaica and the Cayman Islands. This is Father's Day, and it is a great time to hail up the fathers of the nation. I want to salute you and to pray God's continued blessing upon you in this privileged position you hold as a father. So much is said, and unfortunately too much of it is true, about the ways in which uncaring fathers let down the side and fail to uphold this awesome privilege we have of contributing to the introduction of new life in the world. Today, though, we focus on how positively many men in our society, some for many years, even generations, have risen to the formidable responsibility and have experienced the joys of responsible fatherhood in our nation. Kudos to you who are biological fathers, adoptive fathers, foster fathers, or just decent, loving men who have modeled the character of a good father, uncle, grandfather, or mentor for children who are not your own. They shall grow to call you blessed. Not always are we going to live on to receive the accolades which are honestly due. But whether we live to hear and appreciate them are immaterial to the fact that you do the right thing in living righteously with the next generation of human beings, whom we hope will grow to faithfully emulate these attitudes and traits. Children thrive when they are afforded the benefits of a safe and happy home, affirmed and embraced by a kind and loving father. God's example of father is strikingly wonderful. Let us commit as Jamaican men to be vessels of love and blessings to the lives of wives and children for generations to come. Happy Father's Day, my brothers, to all of you. Happy Father's Day to you, Commander. God bless you real good.
We wish to thank Dr. Coombs and Reverend Dr. Cowans for their part and the part they are playing in helping our nation's men to face up to the many challenges of responsible manhood and fatherhood. And we wish them all the very best in their endeavors as they seek to make a difference. One of the most important roles of fathering is providing. And here I want to especially thank two of my father friends whose enterprise and industry made it possible for us to produce this program. I'd like to thank the Honorable Earl Jarrett, Chief Executive Officer of the Jamaican National Group, and Mr. Eric Hossin, President of Guardian Life. We want to thank them both of their companies for their contribution towards In Praise of Fathers. And we break our program now to hear how you can benefit from the important services which they provide.
Hey honey, I sent in the money right now.
You know that would take a long time to reach and I need it now.
You don't have to wait. As you quinted reach with JN Money Transfer.
As you quinted reach?
Spend less, send more with JN Money Transfer. No waiting. Pay your bills, your mortgage, taxes, and even school fees instantly and affordable. Only $5 for up to $100. Get 24/7 access to your money in Jamaica. Call 1-866-735-6002 for a location nearest you.
Is your health insurance plan confusing? We have made it easy. Easy Access Service for Insurance from Guardian Life is our new suite of services designed to help you manage your health insurance plan. Easy includes Easy Connect, Easy Collect, and Easy Claim, and delivers individual and group health insurance services at your convenience. Introducing Easy Connect, the first of the 3 services from the Easy Suite. Access and manage your health insurance plan 24/7, anytime, any place, via your tablet, desktop, mobile. Easy Connect gives you direct access to your claims information. Get an update on your health claim status. Access our network of preferred providers. See your health plan benefits. Even get answers to your frequently asked questions. Easy Connect is for everyone. As long as you have health insurance with us, you can sign up for this new service. And your agent, broker, and plan administrator all have access to better serve you. Easy Connect is safe and secure. Access Easy Connect via easyconnect.myguardiangroup.com or visit www.myguardiangroup.com or ask your agent, broker, plan administrator, or call 877-5433 to find out more. Managing your health insurance plan is easy with Easy Connect from Guardian Life. Guardian Group. Live well. Live easy.
Daddy had a real big man myself. So hard, with arms wide open. You are my rock, you are my mountain. Your sacrifices go unseen. You're such a beautiful human being. You're the gift that keeps on giving. You're my father, you're my father. Mama still had that look in her eyes when you walked in the room. She loves you just as much as she did on your honeymoon. The sacrifices that you made, you tried to hide but couldn't conceal. That your love and protection is all we could feel. You love so hard, with arms wide open. You were my rock, you are my mountain. Your sacrifices go unseen. You're such a beautiful human being. You're the gift that keeps on giving. You're my father, you're my father. You are a comforting presence when everything seems so dark. You the crowd whenever I needed a spark. I know the pressure to provide kept you up. Many a night, daddy, your favorite words. No worry yourself, cause every little thing is gonna be alright. You love hard, with arms wide open. You are my rock, you are my mountain. Your sacrifices go unseen. You're a beautiful human being. You're the gift that keeps on giving. You're my father, you're my father. I treasure the things that make you proud of me. You're the perfect example of the man I want to be. Every tear of joy, every moment of laughter, every high and every low, only brought us closer. You love so hard, with arms wide open. You are my rock, you are my mountain. Your sacrifices go unseen. You're such a beautiful human being. You're the gift that keeps on giving. You're my father, you're my father. You love so hard, with arms wide open.
The relationship with my father, it has, I fear to say, it has developed over time. As a young kid, I used to think he was strict, kind of a little bit rough, overbearing a little bit, but then that was just me being a kid and thinking he doesn't want me to be great, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like I just had that little back and forth, you know how it goes as youth growing up. Looking back, I wouldn't change a thing. As a youth, I would think I'd never want to be a father like you, but then here it is, you mature and you realize, looking back, you can see it was almost like he was the best dad ever. When I first heard that I was going to be a dad, I was over the moon. I was elated. I was thinking, who can I call? Mommy, daddy, friends, you know? Because as I say, it wasn't anything that I took lightly at all, you know? I really felt a buzz, you know? Physically, emotionally, spiritually, everything. As a dad, I would say my biggest fear is not being able to provide for my kids. And I think that fear also contributes to, in a sense, to not being the perfect dad, because then you think, oh, I have to make ends meet, I have to be on the road, I have to be grinding, I have to be hustling. I always saw fatherhood as almost like a crowning glory to becoming a man, you know? And in my observation, I've always noticed there are two distinct types of fathers. Those who really truly see fatherhood as being one of the most important things that they could ever do, ever be. And then there's the other father who is trying to become a father because of how it look. I see it in my world, you know, where you have a man like Sean Paul who has been around the globe and back and just have one kid, and he's giving the kid everything, his time, his effort, his resources, everything is putting into the kid, where Sean Paul could have been like any other man and have 10, 15 picnic all over the globe.
Hi, this is Wayne Marshall, proud father of 4 lovely, energetic boys. And I want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there in the world. To me, becoming a father is like the biggest mission that God has given me today. It's almost like God has given me these souls and said, I trust you to nurture them, to teach them, to uplift them, to guide them and protect them. And not only for them, they have things to teach us too. So I give thanks for the opportunity to be a father, and my hat's off to all of the fathers out there in the world doing a great job, standing firm in the lives of their children and their families. Bless them. Happy Father's Day.
So many people criticize our entertainers for being poor role models to children. But so few rarely give praise to those who are strong exemplars of healthy family life and promoters of proper parenting skills. Now, we highly appreciate one such person, popular reggae artist Wayne Marshall, for his contribution to In Praise of Fathers, and we wish for himself and his wife, Tammy Chin Mitchell, all the best as they continue to open their homes and lives to Jamaican hearts in their very popular YouTube reality TV program, Meet the Mitchells. If you have not yet, check them out on YouTube and be certain to subscribe and tell all your friends about Jamaica's own version of the Kardashians. Our next guest is a very popular Jamaican entertainer, but he's also a member of one of the oldest and the most effective father support organizations here in Jamaica. It's called Fathers Incorporated, or Fathers Inc., founded by the late Professor Barry Shevans in the 90s. Please welcome Mr. Owen Ellis. I don't know if you may not even have a clue as to what we're talking about, so let me give him another name. Please welcome popular Jamaican comedian Owen Blacker Ellis.
I am Blacker Ellis, and yes, I am a part of Fathers Inc. Fathers Inc. is really a network of men who are interested in learning and growing together in understanding and advancing ideas around positive fatherhood. Motherhood and fatherhood. Hey, don't even try with the comparison. Motherhood hard, fatherhood hard. I think fatherhood kind of harder. For some reason, it is harder to be a father. It is harder to be a father. Yeah, you get that? It is harder to be a father. Because if a mother and father comes to a child, both of them with nothing, and say, I can't do a thing for you. The mother already, in the child's idea, the child's mind, in the world's mind, has done great. Because for 9 months, she carried you in her belly, and she nurtured you with her body. And the father, what he did before you born, might not even be long or hard. And certainly they're in pain. And you can compare pain and pleasure. So mothers have a kind of a heads up, kind of a foot up, kind of a lead already. Father have it hard. You know, but mother and father both nurture children, and kids learn from parents. Kids are great to imitate. They are great at imitating. So you, as a parent, as a father, have to give a child something great to imitate. And very often fathers can do it. Certainly many Jamaican fathers don't have a chance to even know that they're fathers. You know, my father, by the way, was a tailor. So he made enough jacket. I mean, literally made jackets, right? Because he was a tailor. But, you know, so even that is a very difficult thing to talk about for Jamaican men as fathers. My father had a severe stutter, and I learned to stutter. But I thought it was a good thing. I thought my father invented jazz. What you call stammer, I think it was cat. My father said, come here, boy, you know what I mean? Call you. I thought great. He was like jazz. He was like boy, father. I thought it was just the way he was until I went to high school and learned the thing called speech impediment. You see me now? Parenting shouldn't be an impediment, but for many men it becomes that because you don't get a chance to grow with and learn with the children because you are cut off. It's kind of hard, and certainly I who have lived overseas know that, you know, in Jamaica, kids in overseas, they can't beat them. It's where I have one father called to do the disciplinarian. But in terms of certainly I can't hit my child because kids have rights. In Jamaica, kids have right and left, hand and foot. So, you know, we have to really rethink what we learn from our parents and how we break the cycle with our children as we grow to be fathers and to be the best fathers. You know, we live in a world where in Jamaica where we kind of valorize G, you know, gangster, ghetto, garrison, ganja, gun. But I want to say I'm a father, but I'm a G father, goodly, godly, generous, gentle. We can be that kind of father, yeah, because that's kind of harder, but that's the ultimate father. So even so now, people big up Commander John McFarlane and all the men, and from Fathers Inc., happy Father's Day.
The inimitable Blacker, only he can say it like that. We had a chance to sit and talk with the chairman of Fathers Inc., Dr. Herbert Gale, eminent sociologist and research expert, doing very important academic work in investigating the conditions, the challenges, and the critical approaches which are needed to properly address the issues of fatherhood in Jamaica and in the region. We can only give you the first part of our very engaging conversation, so tune in next year. When God's willing, we will have him back for part 2.
So one of the things I've been challenging everybody who works in an area like fatherhood, you know, which is not motherhood. Motherhood is easy to understand. Fatherhood is the area that has very little research. Nobody's going to give you money to study fatherhood. You know, I mean, I can tell you the history of studying fatherhood. If you're in an area that has such a dearth of information, start reading. We think that because fathers have 4 splintered roles and each of the roles can be replaced, then, you know, it is quite fine not to have a father. So those 4 roles would be protection, provision, play nurture, and being a role model. Mothers provide you with therapeutic nurturing. You get a cut, you run to your mother. You want to feel loved and so forth, you run to your mother. But if you want to learn how the world operates, the energy of the world, the confidence, you want to climb up on a settee and jump on your father, you're not going to do that with your mother. She's going to tell you that you're trying to kill her after she carried you for 9 months. She give you a very long story. If you attempt to, especially when you get bigger than your mother as a boy and you try to jump on her back, you can't do those things with your mother. That is not her purpose. She's 17% smaller than a male. She's 20% not as strong, right? She has tons and tons of genes of self-preservation. That's not the person you jump on and kick. And I mean, the rough and tumble of life is not what you do with your mother. So that is why scholars have spoken about this play nurture. If you really want to, like for example, if you're playing domino with your father is not necessarily going to let you win, you know. Your father is going to make you understand the real world, right? Your father going to say, yeah, listen to me, yeah. You have to get the 6 love to understand life. Because if you look at the 4 roles, the primary role, the number 1 role is protection. But remember, father's role as a protector is diminished because you have a Ministry of National Security. That's the first context. So if that role is diminished and we are a broke people, then the role that is actually contextual is providing. And therefore, when you look at the studies, especially in inner cities, fathers who go abroad and send home money get a score of 9 or 10 out of 10 if you send home money regularly. But if you live down the road and you're co-parenting and you come in and you wash, cook, clean, go PTA, comb hair, bathe children, change diaper, you get 4 out of 10. We've done this study in 2007, 2012, and 2017, and nothing has changed. We want the money. You don't have no money. In fact, if you become unemployed for more than 6 months, right? 6 months in the working class, 3 months in the inner city, the women brand you a half a man, you know. Half a man. When you become unemployed for a prolonged period, you become a half a man, and she find ways to let you know that she needs to go look a whole a man. Let's look at the state of Jamaica. And I'm giving you some data from the male fertility study that we've been working on. 54% of Jamaican men can't last a week without hustling money. 54%. And I wrote an article about COVID and shutting down, which had to point out these things. 54. 22% of Jamaican males, when you look at what they're saying to you in the research, live from day to day. Now, this is going to be differentially distributed, with the worst scenario being a man who lives in an inner city. Now, let's look at another set of facts on men who live in the inner city. Only between 21 and 30% of children in an inner city have a father. Because remember, to be a father, somebody has to know you to be a father. It's not like mother that is more biological than social. You have to learn. Fathering is very different because mothers have one role, you know, to the well-being of everybody, including you if you get sick. Because if you get sick, you start to cry and carry like one of the babies too. So her task is the emotional well-being of everybody. That's not what men have. You have a set of splintered roles that you must fulfill, and these roles are largely social.
Hey, honey, I sent in the money right now.
You know that would take a long time to reach and I need it now.
You don't have to wait. As you acquainted reach with JN Money Transfer.
As you acquainted reach?
Spend less, send more with JN Money Transfer. No waiting. Pay your bills, your mortgage, taxes, and even school fees instantly and affordable. Only $5 for up to $100. Get 24/7 access to your money in Jamaica. Call 1-866-735-6002 for a location nearest you.
Many songs are born out of experience. Mike and the Mechanics, a famous UK group, have just such a song, where Mike's father passed away. And after he passed away, Mike then had a son, very shortly thereafter. And he suddenly recognized that in his father's living years, they never communicated well. They were always constantly bickering at each other and challenging each other. I lost my father 40 years ago, and today I miss him as much as I missed him then, even more, as I recognize how much he poured into me, poured into us as his children, and how much sacrifice he made for us. And now I see the same thing happening with me and my own children. Like Christopher, who I sang with, one of my best friends today. We weren't always like that. We weren't always best friends. We were at loggerheads at the other end of the spectrum, each opposite end of the spectrum. Young people don't believe that adults know what they're doing. Fathers don't believe that children, that sons know what they're doing. And that's what this song is all about. And this whole program in praise of Father is in fact to recognize our fathers have a positive role to play in our lives, and we have a positive role to play in our fathers' lives. And in the living years, in these living years, let us together work with our Father, and fathers work with your children. If nothing else is done on this Father's Day, if we achieve nothing else, let it be that we agree with our fathers that we will, in our living years, work together to make that relationship better and stronger. Because at the end of the day, Jamaica will only be strengthened when the family is strengthened. Jamaica will only be strengthened when fathers and sons in particular can bond together. It doesn't mean there's agreement. It does not mean agreement. What it means is respect and trust and love. And so I encourage us all, on this Father's Day 2020, let us choose and agree in the living years to be better with our fathers. Thank you, and God bless you.
Every generation blames the one before, and all of their frustrations come beating on your door. I know that I'm a prisoner to all my father held so dear. I know that I'm a hostage to all his hopes and fears. I just wish I could have told him in the evening years. Crumpled bits of paper filled with imperfect thoughts, stilted conversations. I'm afraid that's all we've got. You say you just don't see it. He says it's perfect sense. You just can't get agreement in this present tense. We all talk a different language, talking in defense. Say it loud, say it clear. You can listen as well as you hear. between the present and the past. We only sacrifice the future when it's the bitterness that lasts. So don't yield to the fortunes you sometimes see as fate. It may have a new perspective on a different day. And if you don't give up and you don't give in, you may just be okay. I wasn't there that morning when my father passed away. I just didn't get to tell him all the things I had to say. But I think I caught his spirit later that same year. I'm sure I heard his echo in my baby's newborn ear. I just wish I could have told him in the living years. Say it loud, say it loud, say it clear, oh say it clear. You can listen as well as you hear. It's too late when you die.